I never thought a simple visit to the cemetery would become the most terrifying experience of my life. I went there because a close friend of mine, who had died a few months ago, had been buried there, and his family asked me to watch over his grave during the night. There had been thefts and acts of vandalism in other tombs, and although I was doubtful, I agreed. I arrived with a flashlight, crossing the rusty gate and feeling the cold air piercing my skin. As I approached his grave, I heard a crunch behind me. I turned around quickly and saw nothing, only the shadows moving among the trees. That's when I heard a dry whisper. It said my name. I tried to convince myself it was the wind or my imagination, but something inside me knew it wasn't. Every step I took made the dry leaves crunch beneath my feet, and it seemed as if someone else was walking with me, silent, invisible. Fear made me turn my head constantly, but I saw nothing. Suddenly I felt an intense cold brush against my shoulder, and a strong smell of wet earth and withered flowers filled my senses. I spun around violently, and no one was there, but my heart was pounding as if it wanted to burst out of my chest. The feeling that something was watching me grew impossible to ignore. I decided to head toward the oldest part of the cemetery, just to make sure no one was lurking around. The tombstones were worn down, some fallen, and my flashlight barely lit the names erased by time. That's when I saw it. A dark figure standing among the graves, staring at me. I couldn't distinguish any features, only a shape that seemed to absorb all the light. My instinct screamed at me to run, but something kept me frozen in place, as if an invisible force compelled me to face it. Every muscle in my body told me to turn back, but my eyes couldn't look away. The figure began to move, but unnaturally, sliding over the ground without making a sound. With every step it took, I felt the temperature drop and the air grow heavier, as if the cemetery itself was closing in on me. I tried to speak, but no voice came out. I was trapped between fear and disbelief. It moved slowly toward me, and even though it was still several feet away, I felt a cold seeping under my skin, running through every nerve in my body. The pressure increased, and each breath became harder, as if someone was squeezing my chest from a distance. When the figure was just a few feet away, I heard a chilling and clear whisper, "You shouldn't be here." It was so real my mind didn't know whether to run or faint. Instinctively, I ran through the tombstones, tripping and falling several times, feeling something invisible chasing me step by step. I finally reached the cemetery gate with trembling hands gripping the iron bars, and the sensation vanished instantly. I leaned against it, gasping, unable to look back. I knew I had seen something impossible, but too real to ignore. Since that night, the cemetery has never been just an empty place to me. Every time I walk by, I feel that presence, as if someone were watching me, reminding me it was there, and that it could appear again. I try to rationalize it, to tell myself it was fear and loneliness. But every night before I fall asleep, I hear a whisper calling my name from the darkness, a silent reminder that there are things we should never see, places where curiosity can cost us more than we are willing to pay.